Well, hello there, you little piglets. It is Wednesday again, and it is Jake here, and this week we are talking about sex. We're talking about some sexual stuff, super sexy topics, and etc. So we have received some questions that we are going to answer about the topic of sex, and so we're going to do that right now. And side note, I am probably the worst person to give any sort of sexual advice, so inherently, this is the perfect topic for me to be talking about with you guys. Good job for clicking on this video. Alright, now let's get into the questions. Question number 1 is, how did you lose your virginity? That question is a hard one because I have not yet. I think it's kind of safe to say about me that, and I've become somewhat okay with this label my friends have put on me, because it's kind of true, but in a very not bad way. I get labeled as like a tease a lot because I hang out with a lot of, with guys. Not a lot of the time, but I mean, I've had guys that I've hung out with, like more than one, and I don't sleep with them. Like, not in the duration of the time that I've spent with said person, because it's usually not more than like a month or two, if that. And a lot of the times, we don't even do anything. I'll go to his house or he comes to my house and we just sit there. And I'm not about that. I'm not gonna just talk to some guy, however I meet him, and then automatically think that we have to sleep together. You have to buy me more than a freaking cheeseburger to get this. You should lose your virginity, meaning when you feel like you're okay and you are with someone who has the same wants and needs as you do, and then if you both had the same feeling like, hey, maybe we should do this, make sure things are safe and make sure both parties are on board, and then go for it. That's what I say. Just don't be dumb about it, please, because I don't want y'all to be getting hurt. Question number 2 is, have you ever hooked up with someone that you've met on the internet? No. I've never hooked up with someone because of, obviously, the answer to question number 1, but I have made friends with people that I've met on the internet, meaning through Facebook or YouTube or whatever. I've made a lot of friends via the internet, through mutual friends and whatever. So yes, I have met people through the internet. Question number 3 is, what would you do if your partner cheated on you? Honestly, and I've never had experience to really know exactly what I do, because things are different when you think about it and what your perfect scenario would be if someone were to cheat on you and it actually happening. However, I'm not into that. I don't believe in second chances when it comes to people cheating on people. It's just, you don't do it. Honestly, if I found out my partner at the time was cheating on me, you just gotta kick him to the curb. It's just I think it's the best thing for your peace of mind and just your life as a whole, because you don't want to have that fear of knowing someone cheated on you, like knowing that they did it, and yet you think that you can change them somehow, which could be true. I'm not saying that everyone is a cheater once they cheated once. However, I think it's easier on you as a person to just let that person go and find someone who won't cheat on you in the first place. And if that person that cheated on you decides never to cheat again, that's their prerogative. That's what they decide to do. However, in my case, I would not want them in my life anymore. Question number 4 is, do flamboyant gays give normal straight acting gays a bad rep? I don't think so. I think if a person is confident in who they are, it shouldn't matter how anyone else acts. And if a person who is more outgoing and more outspoken and more flamboyant, if you will, and you feel like it affects your life in some way, stop it, because it doesn't. You need to calm down. You need to check that at the door, because you have some bigger issues if you think a person who acts that way is affecting you as a person in the LGBT community, because it doesn't. Question number 5 is, what turns you on? I think when it comes to not looks, honestly, a person who can make me laugh hysterically, a person who's so funny, is like the biggest turn on for me. I think a person who has like an awesome sense of humor like makes my heart like melt and then explode. Like I feel like, because I've never met a guy who's truly made me like laugh. I've met guys that have like said something funny and made me giggle. People who are attractive on the outside is something important. That's also a really important thing. And if you don't think that you're that kind of person that's like, oh, I'm just a personalities person, you're just kidding yourself. Just stop it. We're humans. We have to be sexually attracted to a person in order to really like them. In order to have the capability of having a sexual relationship with them, you have to be attracted to them via their physical features. Question number 6 is, what turns you off? And the one thing that turns me off about a guy is a bad tipper, okay? I hate bad tippers. And I've been on dates with guys who tip bad, and like, it's embarrassing. Like, why do you not tip a server, a person who is serving you your food, at least like 15%, like at the very least? Like, that's like a service that's like somewhat poor. I remember I went on a date with a guy, and we went to a restaurant for like our kind of first official, like a date, and he was so rude to the server. He was like talking to them like they were like beneath him, and that they were like almost not even human, and it infuriated me so much, because I'm a server. Like, basically him talking to that person as if they're subhuman reciprocates to him thinking that I'm subhuman. Do you know what I mean? And he left them like, I don't know, like 5%, and I was like, no. And I told him, like, you best be tipping your server at least 15%, and needless to say, that was like instant turn off. Final question is, what would your best sex advice be? Honestly, if you meet someone and, like I said, if you guys have the same wants and needs as each other at that point in time, and you feel like you're both ready to take that next step into doing whatever it is that you want to do, just make sure that you're being smart about it and being safe about it, and making sure that's really what you want. Don't let someone pressure you into thinking that it's what you want, even though you know inside that you don't want that as of that moment. So you have to make sure in your own mind, without any sort of second opinion, that this is what you want with this person. I'm all about like letting your freak flag fly. Whatever, do whatever you want, sleep with whoever you want. I don't judge, no one should judge. Do whatever makes you happy. However, those are the questions for you, or for me, to tell you. This video is an avalanche of but anyway, that is all from me. Make sure you do all that stuff in the description box that I tell you about all the time. And yeah, that is all from me. I will talk to you guys later. Bye!